Dialectic for mental health and substance abuse. Dialectic, meaning, definition, explanation. Dialectic, the process or art of reasoning by discussion of conflicting ideas, the tension between opposing elements. Purpose of dialectical behavioral therapy focuses on high-risk, tough-to-treat patients that often have multiple diagnoses. Initially designed to treat people with suicidal behavior and borderline personality disorder. Behavioral therapy, an umbrella term for types of therapy that treat mental health disorders. This form of therapy seeks to identify and help change potentially self-destructive or unhealthy behaviors. It functions on the idea that all behaviors are learned and that unhealthy behaviors can be changed. Mental health tips. Actually try writing one's thoughts down. Venting is awesome for a reason. It helps one get out one's frustrations. That's one of the reasons why it can be helpful to keep a mental health journal. One doesn't need to do anything in-depth or lengthy. Just take 5 minutes or so a day to write down your thoughts, feelings, or ideas. This can be especially helpful if you want to keep track of changes in your mood or behavior over time. Maybe to discuss with a therapist later. It can also just be a place to work through something in a private, non-judgy space, something that you may not feel comfortable talking about just yet. When one is super stressed and overwhelmed, see if there's any way to put a positive spin on the situation or circumstance. Never let a bad situation bring out the worst in you. Be strong and choose to be positive. Take those moments and try to look for the good in them. Plan to take daily, low-key walks and actually do them. Sometimes one just needs to step away from what one is doing or dealing with and get some air. Getting regular exercise is important for mental health, but even just taking regular, relaxing walks can be soothing for your mind. It may literally force one to take a breather when one needs to get away. Counter negative thoughts with positive ones. Make a list of your people. The people you know you can always call, text, or email when you need to feel a connection. one is stuck in a negative thought spiral, write down 2 good things. Have a self-care arsenal. Everyone has certain things or coping mechanisms that give them a boost. Maybe it's taking a bath when one is feeling crappy. Talk back to your inner voice. Everyone has an inner voice, i.e., the way you talk to yourself in your head or out loud. Inner voice. It can tell one is a failure or convince you to stress out about something that one has absolutely no control over. Learning to have a reassuring and soothing inner voice can make a big difference in improving one's mental health. Adjust one's inner voice to talk to oneself with reasonable considerations and remind oneself of things one is not in control of. Ask oneself, and then what? When one is stuck on an anxious thought, ruminating over something that's making you anxious is not going to achieve anything. One can help push one's thought process forward by forcing oneself to think ahead.